Okay, so welcome to the next lecture of constructing the basically DAG from the basic block and optimizing the code. Okay, so I welcome to this particular lecture to all. Now already we have learned constructing of the DAG basically for the given expression. That concept is the different one, and here we have to learn the construction of the DAG for the basic blocks. Okay, in both the concept basically we have the three address code. In the first part that we have learned the construction of the DAG for the given expression, in which we have the basically programming expression, and then we have to convert that programming expression in terms of the three address code, and then we have to apply the rules of constructing the DAG. Okay, now in this case we have given the block, and in that particular block we have the three address code, and we have to construct the DAG. Now after constructing of the DAG, the compiler use that particular DAG to optimize the code. Now all of you know that there are the different optimizing techniques are basically present. Local optimization techniques and global optimization techniques. With respect of this lecture, we have to basically go for applying the local optimization techniques. So local optimizing basically code techniques are the elimination of the local common expression, then dead code elimination, then we have the basically constant folding, then we have the basically arithmetic identities, the ordering of the code. So such type of the techniques we have to apply after construction of the DAG, and then we have to identify whether is it possible to optimize the code. So whatever here we will learn, those concepts are basically internally used by the compiler. Okay. See, while constructing the basically DAG, we have to follow the generic rules. I am saying the generic rules of constructing the DAG for the given three address code. Means while drawing the DAG, we have to add the root node or maybe the sum of the interior nodes as the operators, because DAG is nothing but the abstract syntax tree, and we have to follow the rules of the abstract syntax tree. And the other leaf nodes are basically the identifiers or maybe the some constant value. So again all of you have to go those rules, you have to remember those rules to construct the DAG. Okay, now after constructing the DAG, it is necessary for the compiler to optimize that particular code by basically considering the DAG. Okay, so to optimize the code, the compiler has basically traversed the DAG and then apply these techniques: elimination of common sub expression, dead code elimination, reordering of the statements that do not depend on one another, then algebraic identities or constant foldings. Okay, now we have to here learn these basically concept one by solving the example. Now before solving the examples, all of you please remember the important terminologies. These are the terminologies. These are the, you can say, some definitions always be required. The first one is the live variable. Okay, so a variable is said to be the live in a DAG or maybe in a three address code or maybe in a basic block at a given point if its value is used after that particular point. Means suppose we have the block number B1, and in a block number B1 x is there, x variable is there, to which value 2 is assigned. Now after the block number B1 there is a block number B2, and in the block number B2 again this x is basically used. So we have to say the variable x is the live variable because its value is used after that particular point also. Now dead variable, the variable is said to be the dead at a given point in a basic block if its value is never used after that particular point. Means in a program or in a three address code, at a one particular point that variable is useful, but after that particular point that variable will not be used. Now killed variable, if the definition of the variable is redefined, then it is called as a killed variable or identifier. For example, suppose we are calculating x is equal to right now 2 plus y. in a one particular block. You can say in a block number B1. Okay. Now once the control flows from the block number B1 to the block number B3, in a block number B3 to the X, basically we have assigned the value of the Z. So the definition of the variable X is here changed. The value of the X is here again redefined. So in the B1, once this value is calculated, it is killed, and in the block B3 it is used as a newly. So these are the terminologies. All of you please remember, because we required these terminologies as we will go for learning the data flow analysis and control flow graph. Okay. Now let us consider the example number 1. In this particular example, we have the basically 6 statements. The statement number 1, A multiplied by B. Statement number 2, D is equal to B. Statement number 3, E is equal to D multiplied by C. Statement number 4, B is equal to E and F is equal to B plus C. So for this particular first statement, this particular part is drawn first of all. Okay, I have also shared the video lecture. Please all of you go through this video lecture. Now here multiplication node is added. On the left hand side D is there, on the right hand side C is there. Now after executing these two instructions, actually this particular part is added. So first of all here we have a multiplication. Now A is added. Okay, on the left hand side B is added. On the right hand side basically C is added for this particular first instruction. Now next instruction, assign the value of B to the D. Okay, so here we have to write down the D for the second instruction. Now the third instruction, E is equal to D multiplied by C. Now D is here because D is added. D multiplied by C, this value is already stored at the node A. So it is not required to add the new basically node. Here we have to just write down the E. Now next one, B is equal to E. Assign the value of B to the E. So, okay, now B is calculating basically B is here. So we have to eliminate B from here and we have to add here. Means we have to add the basically E is equal to D multiplied by C and B is equal to E. So that's why from here at the last D is there. Okay. Means this D has to be erased. It has to be deleted like this. And then B has to be added here. So this particular part is directly shown here. This one. Okay, means after executing the instruction number 4. Now next one, F is equal to B plus C. So here plus should be there. So here we have a plus. Okay. So F is equal to B plus C. So yeah, here plus node is added. Value of B is basically taken from this particular node, and value of value C. C is taken from here. Then G is equal to F plus D. So again one node is added, this one, and F value is taken and this one. Now after drawing this particular DAG, there is a need to optimize the code. Now while optimizing the code, it is necessary to traverse this particular DAG. Now A is equal to B multiplied by C is required, no problem. Then value of B should be assigned to the D, it is also required. Now let us give the focus on these two instructions. E is equal to D multiplied by C, which is already stored in the A. Then value of E is stored into the B, which is already stored into the A. So why is it necessary to keep these two variables? Okay. Now these two variables are not required because its value is already stored into the A. So we have to eliminate these two instructions. So in this particular code, E is equal to D multiplied by C is not there. B is equal to E is not there. Now look at this particular instruction. F is equal to B plus C. Now the value of the B is right now stored into the A. So here we cannot take the reference of the B here. This reference is given to the A. So this instruction is changed. F is equal to A plus C and then G is equal to F plus D. So in this way, once we have optimized the code, then again we have to construct the DAG for this one. Okay. Now in the second example, same thing is basically explained. This is the particular given code, and for this particular code, this particular DAG is basically given, and after this one, see, A is equal to B plus C, so this node is added here A, then B is equal to A minus D, this node is added. Okay, from this one A value is taken from here and D1. C is equal to B plus C. So C is equal to B plus C. So B plus C data is already calculated and stored at this node. So no need to add the new node. Here we have to just write down C. And D is equal to A minus D. So A is here, this one. Now this particular part A minus D is already shown with the help of the B. So D is just added. Okay. Now if we walk through this particular basically DAG, then just go through it. A is equal to B plus C, this instruction. Then B is equal to A minus D, this instruction is there. Now value of the C is assigned to the A, so this instruction is changed. Okay, so it is required to basically eliminate the B plus C which is present on the right hand side part of the C. Okay, so it is called as a elimination of the local common sub expression, because in this particular expression A is equal to B plus C, on the right hand side there is a common sub expression B plus C, here is also common sub expression B plus C. This common sub expression is already calculated and its result is stored into the A. So why is it necessary to again go for calculation of this B plus C? This particular instruction is changed to this one. Okay, same thing is happened for the D is equal to A minus D. So A minus D is already calculated here. This result is stored into the B. So it is not necessary for the compiler to calculate again A minus D. A minus D value is stored into the B. So value of the B is assigned to the D. Okay, so it is not necessary to keep this one and this one. So in this way, these two instructions will be eliminated and optimized code is present only for this one. So this is the example number. Now the same example I have taken here because maybe optimization is done in the different way. This part is already explained. Now see, while optimizing the code, maybe compiler will keep this instruction as it is, A is equal to B plus C. But instead of keeping this particular instruction, B is equal to A minus D, compiler can keep this particular instruction. Okay, so this instruction is right now compiler kept. D is equal to A minus D, this instruction is already kept. So compiler don't want to keep this particular instruction, so it is required to eliminate it. Now see what happens with respect of this instruction. C is equal to B plus C. Now B's data is basically stored into the D. So instead of writing C is equal to B plus C, there is a need to optimize this particular instruction by considering the now current reference point of the B, because B's data is stored into the A. So we have to write down C is equal to A plus C. So this particular code is basically optimized in the two ways. The first slide explaining the one approach that maybe compiler follow, and this slide will explain the second approach. Okay. Now next part is the dead code elimination. Dead code elimination as a local code optimization. So same example is here. No, there is a different example. A is equal to B plus C, B is equal to B minus D, C is equal to C plus D, and E is equal to E minus C. So for A is equal to B plus C, this particular part of the DAG is drawn. Okay. Now B is equal to B minus D. So this node is added on the left hand side B. So here label has to be changed. This should be B0 and it should be B. On the right hand side D is there. C is equal to C plus D. So this plus node is added. On the left hand side, this again label has to be changed. It should be C0 because current reference point is the C1 and D is here. Then E is equal to B minus C. B is here. This one. B is here and C is here and this one. Okay. Now after drawing this particular DAG, it is necessary to identify the dead code. Dead code means any variable, we can say dead variable at that particular point if its value is never used. Now just give the focus on how to identify the dead code. So first of all, we have to assume A and B are the live variables in this particular code. Now if A and B are the live variables, then A is depends on the B and the C, B is depends on the B and the D, but A is not depends on the E, as well as B is not depends on the E, so we can eliminate the E. Okay, so we can eliminate this particular part. If we eliminate this particular part, then this part will be remains, right? C1 is equal to, now see how the C value is calculated. C is equal to C plus D. So this part is drawn. Now C variable is required in the A. So already there basically one node is added. So why is it necessary to keep this one? So in this way we can eliminate this part and this part. So this is called as a dead code elimination. Means E is equal to B minus C. This instruction is not required. It is resulted into the dead code. Okay, and C is equal to C plus D. It is also not required because already one node is added as a C0. Now this is same thing, means only two instructions need to basically keep in the block. Okay. Now we have the basically construction of the DAG for the array references. Maybe in a 3 address code or maybe in a block, some array references are basically used. Okay, so suppose we have this particular type of instruction where a of y value we want to assign to the x, means array reference is present as a r value. In this case we want to assign the y value to the a of j. Okay, now in this case a of j is present as a L value. So we have to follow these following steps while constructing the DAG in which array references are in. Now step number 1, suppose we have the instruction like this. On the right hand side there is an array. So we have to use this particular operator equal and this square bracket, opening and the closing square bracket. And then we have to give the label as a x because this value is going to stored into the x. We have to add then next one, two children nodes. First children node for representing the address of the array. Now here we have to assume the value of I is start from the 0. So a of 0, and we have to add one more node, that is the I index variable. Okay. Now next one, step 2, suppose we have this type of the statement in which the array reference is present on the left hand side. So in this case we have to add the new node, this one, means this opening and closing bracket and equal sign, means assignment operator on the right hand side. Then don't give any label, and in this case we have to add the three children nodes. The first children node for the array reference address of the array, second one for the index variable, that is the j, and third one is the y, whose values we want to assign to the basically a of j. Okay, now once we create such type of the node, creation of the such node kills all the currently constructed node whose value is depends on the a0. Once this particular node is suppose constructed, okay, now a of j's value is suppose depends on some other node, then that particular node will be basically killed. Okay, a killed node cannot receive any more label, that it cannot be a basically common sub expression. We have this particular final DAG. Okay, so all of you please go through the video lecture.